Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir.
So my question or concern, I guess, almost directly ties into the previous caller. I am at the beginning stage of what she described. A friend or an acquaintance of mine that I've known since 7th grade, we went to high school together. We were never really friends, but I moved to Texas after I graduated college in our hometown, and she moved to Georgia and Los Angeles. But with all the recent events across the country in Los Angeles, she is moving to Texas, and I just happened to find out on a whim she's going to be moving in because I have an empty room at the house I'm renting. But the concern is I've always had a crush on her, and I'm born again. I've been living single for the last 4 years of my life. I haven't had sex those last 4 years, and have not had any relationships, trying to build my relationship with God first. But it just seems that all my prayers all of a sudden got answered in a way, but I'm not sure if how this is starting, because I've recently been listening to you for maybe 6 months, almost binging all of your videos and streams. So from what I've learned from you recently, it's almost as if it could go really bad as long as I don't return to a fallen state. But with my mindset now, I think it could end up all according to God's will. I trust your discernment and your intuition, and I was just wondering what you felt about that situation. I know it's kind of a long situation. But that was
How old are you, Anthony?
gist.
How old are you?
I'm 30.
And so do you own the house?
No, I'm renting the house. I'm
And so
self-employed.
you're renting the house and there's an extra bedroom in the house that she can live in?
Yeah, and that kind of ties in because I had a roommate moving out, and I needed to fill the room anyways. And then a couple days after I found out my roommate was moving out, found out she needed a room. So it's very, very strange how everything is lining up.
And so
It can really...
you're hot for this girl sexually. Is she hot for you too?
Well, I assume, but we've never had any history. But
And so so you're asking me, should you do it or not?
no, I mean, I would like to get married, and I'm planning on waiting until I'm married to have sex. But
Why haven't you been dating over the last 4 years? Why have you at least gone out on a date without the sex?
I've tried, and I have a couple times, but just date, and especially in Austin, Texas. I'm a Christian conservative white male, so females tend to shy away from that, which I don't, because I'm trying to align myself with God's will.
Yes.
So I know most of the women around here aren't lining with God's will, which is why part of me believes that her all of a sudden moving to Austin, trying to leave all that evil over there, because she's in the film industry, so, and I have strong opinions about the film industry. So
Right.
she's leaving that evil. I feel like everything is good, but I heard you say don't live with people until you're married.
Yeah.
Try to avoid that.
Yeah.
But I'm really trusting God that I think I can. Well, I know you say doubt your thoughts, but I really truly feel I can handle this. But I'm wondering if you see.
Yeah. How old are you again? I'm sorry.
30 years old.
Anthony, don't do it. Satan is setting you up. That's not from God. God is not going to, in any form or fashion, encourage you to do wrong. He's not going to set you up like that. His order is for you to date. If it's the right woman, get married, then have sex with her. Not to live together. Satan is setting you up, Anthony. Don't do it.
Okay. Well, I should say, I'm not planning on having sex with her.
Of
right
course,
now.
you're not planning until you get in there.
Yep.
Anthony, Satan is setting you up. Don't do it.
Okay.
Anthony, don't do it. I'm not telling you not to date her once you get there, but do not live with her. Do not let her move you to your place. She will destroy you. It's not going to work. It's not from God.
All right. What if, because it's a temporary living situation, do you think if while she's staying on the couch or the futon, whatever, for a couple weeks while she finds a place, then we start dating? Or
no, she's gonna have you on the futon, and she gonna be sleeping in your bed. And Anthony, don't do it.
All right.
Because you have feelings for this woman already. The moment you see her, she has control over you.
Got it.
And she know you're weak for her, so she's setting you up.
Yep.
Anthony.
All right, yeah.
Have you gone and forgiven your mother yet?
Yeah.
You went to her?
Yeah, I've had a couple of conversations. I've sort of forgiven her in stages.
No such thing.
So.
Forgiveness doesn't work in stages.
Yeah.
So, did you go to your mother, Anthony?
Yeah.
What did you say to her?
Well, my family situation, my mother, I grew up with great parents, but then my dad had a health concern that was unknown that changed my mother's attitude towards my father, and then things started to happen. So I forgave my mother for treating my father a certain way that was out of his control, and my father couldn't really stand up for himself because he had a brain issue that affected his personality.
Yeah.
So it's
Anthony, did you go to your mother and forgive her?
I have forgiven her for a few things, yeah.
Anthony, did you go to your mother and forgive her?
I've told her I forgive her for how she acts and treats me for specific things, but I've never told her I forgive you for everything.
Have you said, I'm sorry for hating you for being so wicked?
I have not.
Why not?
Because I don't feel like I hate my mother.
Then why can't you tell her, I'm sorry for resenting you for being so wicked? Because you do hate her. You saw her destroy your father, treat your father like that, and for the way she treated you.
Yeah, I guess, I feel like I have forgiven her because she treated my father a way that wasn't, she realizes that what she did to my father was wrong because what happened to my father was out of everybody's control.
Yeah. Did she tell you that?
Dealing with that. That's one of the things I forgave her for. And when I expressed that to her, I could tell in her face that she understood where I was coming from.
Did she tell you that?
Changes in. She didn't tell me that, but that's how she is.
Never assume.
She's
Women
stubborn.
know how to act out and be whatever you want them to be. Don't assume.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Anthony, here's what I recommend. Do what you want, and I can tell that you're going to let that woman move in. You need to go really get to know yourself. Do my silent prayer video if you haven't already started. You still could do your hoop and holler stuff, but do the silent prayer, right? And so you can go and forgive your mother for imposing her will, the lack of patience, whatever she did. I'm sorry for resenting you for what you did. I realize you can't help it. And God will forgive you. Then you can see how to deal with all people in the right way, because you're making a horrible mistake by allowing this woman to come from California to live with you, knowing you got a thing for her. She's going to destroy you, Anthony. You're not strong enough to handle it.
Okay.
And it's not from God. God would not let a woman move in with you until you're married.
All right.
That's from Satan. You're being set up.
Okay.
Do you disagree with that at all?
I have to pray about it. I'm not.
What you going to pray? Lord, is this a setup?
I've been doing the silent prayer almost every day the last few days since I've made this, or since I've been encountered with this situation.
Yes.
And I almost feel like this is the last test almost. If I fail this, then I really, because I spent the last 4 years really getting to know myself, trying to get on fire for the Lord. And I've found my way and researched and
what does that mean, get on fire for the Lord? What do you mean by that?
I guess I mean, I know I sigh a lot when I'm thinking. I just blank space, but having a passion for what's right more than what the world assumes is right.
Right. But you're going to have to be born again of the Spirit of God, and then you become His son, and you'll just live a natural, simple life, and it would be amazing. But you need to be born again of God. You got to overcome your mother identity and be born. He would cause you to be born again. He doesn't need you to be on fire. He just needs you to be still so that he can cause you to enter into the kingdom of heaven, and He will guide you every step, and it would be no doubt about it.
Got you.
You don't need to be on fire. You don't need to be emotional. He needs you to calm down, because people who are emotional are caught up in their intellect, and Satan is ruling them, and God can't help them. That's why He calms you down so He can catch up with you and cause you to change. You can't do it on your own.
Okay.
But and don't do it in hope that you'll get a woman. Don't do it in hopes for anything except you become a son of God and His will be done. And it's more than what you can even imagine. He's going to bring you back to you before you were traumatized, and the Holy Spirit will make a home in you. God and Christ will make a home in you. It's going to be amazing, Anthony. But you need to take time, do the silent prayer every morning, every night, and during the day, just kind of be aware, down every thought. I would not let this woman move in. You're not ready for that. It's not from God. It is not going to work. Okay. Everything that Satan is telling you in your mind that it's going to become, that's not the way it's going to turn out. He is lying to you.
All right.
All thoughts are lies. All thoughts are lies.
Yeah.
All thoughts. Okay. No such thing as a true thought.
Yeah. I hear. That's one of the reasons I called. So,
yeah.
Because I've been doing the silent prayer, and then this started happening. So I'm almost not sure if it's a thought or God's plan, or if I have
it's
to
not
make
God's
choice,
plan.
you know?
Just know that God don't lead us down the road of temptation. He doesn't tempt us. He doesn't get angry at us. He doesn't set us up to fail. He set us up to live.
That's why part of the reason, like over the last 4 years, a lot of my shortcomings and things that I usually fall temptation to, I've just either lost interest in or have completely cut out of my life. So I feel like the trajectory of my life has been heading more towards a godly path, which is why I'm not sure if this is a reward for pursuing the path, or if this is an obstacle in
it's
that
an obstacle. It's not a reward.
Mm-hmm.
It's not from God, man.
Okay.
God doesn't operate. That's the way Satan operates. He doesn't operate like that. If this woman was meant for you, it would happen in the right way. She would move there, if it's meant to be. She would move into her own place. You would get to know her. She would get to know you. No sex. You don't want to live together. You want to be right and do it right. So this is a temptation from darkness, and He's telling you that it's a temptation from God. It's not.
Okay.
When did she move there?
She actually drives in today.
And you've already told her she can live with you?
Yeah, I've got a futon set up and cleaned everything. So.
Anthony, call her on her cell. Tell her go back.
I try to steer everybody away from Los Angeles right now, but
well, she can go back wherever. But Anthony, don't do it, man.
Okay.
You're doing it the wrong way. You're about to walk right into hell. Satan is on his way to your house right now.
Okay. I don't know what else to say. That's pretty heavy, yeah. I don't know. My love for God and truth right now and the last few years have surpassed my desire for companionship, I guess. So I feel strong enough to resist or change the situation as quick as possible, I guess.
What do you mean?
Like, I know I can, because your last caller, she said she moved in with that guy and waited months before they had sex. And I've dated girls and have waited multiple months before having sex.
Women are not into sex the way men are. Women only use the sex to control. They can go without the sex, but they use it as a form of controlling the men because they see that men use it as a drug. They use it to feel good. They're looking for mama's love. So you may have been holding back for a year or 2 or 3 or however, but you're about to lose it right now.
Yeah.
Otherwise, man, all I can say, suffer or die, but I'm giving you the best advice.
Yep.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
And Satan's making you think you're going to be strong. He's making you think it's from God. He making you think, oh, it's working out. It's not, Anthony.
All right. Yeah, I really do trust your advice and everything, so I'm going to take that to heart.
I would recommend when she get there, set telling you just playing, you made a mistake, she need to get an apartment somewhere.
Oh. Man, I would feel bad about lying, because, like I say...
What do you mean by lying?
I mean, because I told her she could stay here for a month or 2, and my roommate was leaving out so that there's an extra room while she finds...
But you don't have to change the truth. You know, I do have this room and everything, but I can't take that risk. You can change your mind. You're an adult. You're not mama's boy.
Yeah. Okay. I'll see what I can do. I would just feel bad telling someone to.
You're gonna feel worse by the time this is over.
But to offer shelter to a friend in need and then take it away at the last minute, that seems a little deceitful. I would feel more bad about that than...
I would just say, you know what? I was wrong for offering you this room in my house. I was hot for you. And I realized I'm trying to be holy.
I was putting all that on the table.
I'm trying to be holy.
I was going to tell her.
But you can't tell her that you were hot for her and let her move in. She's going to know your weakness, and she's going to use it against you.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it's not the worst situation because I'm having some landlord issues as well, and I might have to move before the end of the year or the beginning of next year. So
you're going to do it, huh?
Well, technically I could leave and she could stay in this house, and we just never are here. So that way she still has a place, but I can stay with another friend or some family in a different city. I have family in Texas and other cities also.
Or you could just stand up and be strong and say, I made a mistake. I was wrong. But listen, you may need to learn the hard way. You know, some people have to suffer. That's why I say suffer and die to folks. Because you too, I can tell you're not going to do it the right way right now.
Okay.
Can't you tell too?
Yeah. That's,
oh, God.
Yeah. The last caller gave me hope, but then you just kind of, I don't know. You know what I mean?
The last caller was a female, and she, like I said, women can go without the sex as long as they can get some type of control over you. But they would use sex, so she might not have, when she moved in, she didn't have to have the sex.
Mm-hmm.
But you want the sex.
No, I'm actually...
And you're going to do the sex if she move in. And
I
she
mean,
go,
when I first found out she was moving to Texas, my first thought was how I'm going to afford an engagement ring, not how I'm going to have sex with her.
that should not have been your first thought either.
Yeah.
How do you know she wanted? How do you know she wanted to date you, or how do you know it's for you?
That's why I'm one of the reasons I'm calling, because of silent prayer. I feel like I never had it. I don't think it's the way everything's been working out. That's why I'm so confused, because the way everything's working out, I didn't think any of this. It just feels like it's happening naturally the way it is.
No, it's not naturally from God. It's naturally from Satan.
Yeah.
Satan had his daughter call you up. Okay, Anthony's out there in Austin, Texas. He think he's a Christian, all holy.
Well,
call him up and tell him you need a place to live.
I actually called her. Well, I didn't call her. I was, my parents were, I was helping them move. They just sold their house, and I was looking through high school memorabilia I had.
Oh, those are the worst
ones.
ones.
Her name. Yeah. And I was just looking through, and we actually have similar last names, like very similar last names.
They ain't got
said,
nothing to do with nothing.
Girl, yeah, nothing to do with nothing, other than I was wondering what that girl with the last name that's me almost, or who had the same last name as me is doing. So I searched her up on social media, and that very day she was driving to Austin helping other friends of hers move.
Well, let us stay with them.
Yeah, I actually think I might do that.
Well, what the?
Yeah.
It's not like she doesn't have. I was going to ask, did she have other people? There's nobody else in Austin to stay with but you. Why didn't she go stay with them?
She did stay with them when she lived in Georgia. She stayed with them for a year.
I'm talking about in Austin, the people that she's helping to move to Austin, her friends. Why didn't she stay with them?
Her excuse was they just got married and they moved in a month ago, so she didn't want to crash their marriage in their new house.
You've been set up, Anthony.
The month they moved. All right.
And you pretend that you're going to be homeless in the cold.
It doesn't get too cold in Austin.
So listen, when she was driving, when you called her, she was already on her way to Austin, right?
Right.
She didn't call you to say, hey, Anthony, I'm coming to Austin. Could I stay with you? Right?
Right.
She was already planning to stay somewhere else, right?
Well, she was planning on leaving Los Angeles.
She was already planning to stay somewhere else when she arrived in Austin, because she had not spoken to you, right?
Right.
And then you call her, hey, I got an empty room. You can come stay with me.
No, I saw that she was helping her friends move, and I'm a professional musician, so I was playing a gig on Sunday morning, and I said, hey, you're in Austin. If you want to come hang out at my gig, there's a time and place, and then she showed up and hung out.
And what did that have to do with moving into your place when she had somewhere else to stay, man?
Because she said she was looking for places to move around the country. I said Austin's a great place to live.
Austin, Anthony, she was already on her way to Austin when you talked to her. So she already had a plan of where she's going to stay, who she's going to stay with. You changed that plan by being weak and offering yourself up to her. Because you have an agenda.
Okay.
You're going to get screwed, man. Tell that woman to go back over there and stay with those people that she helped drive to Austin.
Okay.
So she's not even on her way to your house from L.A. She's on your way to your house from her friend's house, right? In Austin.
No, she's not in Austin. She's on her way from L.A. right now. She had to drive back because she still had a lease and stuff at her apartment, so she had to pick up all. She was on a road trip to see which city she liked.
Anthony,
maybe she'd like to move to.
Anthony, call that woman up and tell her to go to her friends in Austin.
Okay.
Otherwise, man, you're weak. You're going to suffer.
You're right.
Call her before she get there and tell her to turn around and go to her friends in Austin. And if she doesn't like it, that's fine. If she appreciates it, that's fine. But you're being set up, man. You're being set up. Satan is setting you up. And you're not, I didn't know the woman's already on her way with her friends. She had people she could stay with. You acted as though she, out of nowhere, she called from Los Angeles, and Los Angeles is bad. She needs somewhere to go, and you invited her to stay with you. She was already going there.
The other issue was my roommate deciding to move out.
That has nothing to do with you letting this woman move in.
That's true. Yeah, I guess I guess a thought I had was she could just fill the room, and then I less stress finding another roommate for this extra room. And I thought that having an extra room, like we have our own space, that's more separation. Or it's a large house. It's not like we're
Anthony.
Yes.
Stop letting Satan talk. Yeah, stop it, man. What the?
Yep. Yeah.
You want to get rid of this woman, and Satan is giving you all kind of reasons to do it, and you call yourself a Christian. You think God want you to do this?
No.
Be not deceived, man.
I hear you.
Let me know how it goes, Anthony.
I will. I will for sure.
All right. I wish you well, man.
Thank you. I really appreciate the call. Thanks for helping me clear some things up.
All right, buddy.
All right. Talk to you later.
Okay. Amazing. And don't forget to like, follow, tweet, subscribe, and share the Jesse Lee Peterson radio show, folks. We really appreciate it. We are at war. It is a spiritual battle for the soul of America. And it's going to take all of us to do it.